What's up, team? BIGMETZ here. We've got another Training Tuesday on tap for this week. And in this segment, we are going to run through what my training is as a professional triathlete. And it's actually a pretty exciting time of year because we have some races back on the schedule. So just 2 days ago, I raced the Bear Lake 70.3 in Idaho, Utah. If you're watching this, maybe you saw some of the recap videos on my social media outlets. If you haven't, go check those out. I was able to come third in the race. And it was a pretty exciting event for me because it was the longest hiatus I've ever had from racing triathlon in my 15 years of doing the sport. I took 7 months from when I ended the COVID period, racing 70.3 Dubai in February, had months of trying to figure out what I was going to do in terms of if racing could happen, if it couldn't. I was making up all of my own races. And finally, to have a legitimate race on the schedule with a top stacked professional field and prize money on the line, that was awesome. So I was able to come away with the podium and claim third place in the race, which I'm really excited about. And the effort itself was massive. So we spoke about my training leading into the race. We went through that. So you guys had a look in terms of what a taper looks like. And now I'll walk you guys through a little bit about what the recovery process might look like from that race. Today is Monday. I woke up this morning and first thing headed out on my road bike. And I again rode with my wife. So it's a great opportunity to sort of just match our training up a little bit and spend some time together because we were apart for a couple days. So we went for a nice ride up to Jamestown, through up Left Hand Canyon, and then Overly Hill. So it had some climbing, and the only objective for me during that ride was to keep the cadence really high because I'm just trying to still flush out some of that soreness in the legs. So just keeping the cadence up the whole way, trying to ride around 100 RPMs, which on the climbs wasn't always the easiest thing, but that was the main objective of the ride. Didn't really try to hit any sort of heart rate or power targets. I was just out there kind of getting the body moving again. And so that was the ride this morning, and then I went right from there and I popped into the pool, and I actually had a pretty solid swim. I swam 65 minutes, I did about 4,500 yards and did some longer 800s today. So I think in a normal race scenario, I would maybe post-race scenario, I would swim a little bit less, but I do have another race coming up. I've got an Olympic distance race in just under 2 weeks. So 2 weeks from Saturday, I'm doing an Olympic distance pro race in Indiana. So I'm sort of still recovering and paying attention to my body, but also making sure that we're keeping things activated and making sure that we don't lose too much fitness as we look to build back into some more significant sessions this week and set up the Olympic distance race, which is coming in definitely fast and furious. So I did a 65-minute swim there. So we've already run through today. Tomorrow morning, I'll just do a 45-minute easy run, keep that pretty chill. I'll see how I feel. I mean, that could be anywhere between a 6:30-minute mile and a 9-minute mile. Really, I just try to listen to the body and see. I don't want to force anything this week, particularly in the first 72 hours post-race. I think training is okay and it's helpful and beneficial, but you do not want to push the intensity. I think that's definitely a main key in the 72 hours after the race. And then every Tuesday, Thursday, we've got our 9 o'clock swim practice, so I'll go catch up with my team, definitely debrief the race a little bit with my friends, and then do probably about an hour to an hour and a half swim. We'll see how we're feeling again, trying not to force anything and not push the body. I might throw on the core shorts, which are sort of wetsuit pant from your waist to your knee, so those sort of prop your legs right up, and those are awesome for days when you might be struggling or recovering. You've just done a hard session right before getting to the pool. And so those are really awesome to just throw on and still be able to swim fast, but not necessarily exert the same amount of effort or the same effort that you would need to go the pace as everyone else. Then after that, I'll come back and I'll do an 80 to 90-minute bike ride. I'll go on the flats tomorrow. I'll ride my time trial bike, sort of just take the legs over. I've got to do a couple little efforts in there, but nothing too crazy, just sort of activating the system and getting things set up. And then Wednesday this week, again, still keeping in mind that I just have done a 70.3, so I've got some more specific efforts on the bike. So my main session for the day is a 2-hour bike ride. I'll do some longer efforts in my aero bars. Again, nothing crazy on the intensity, but definitely focusing on my position and just focusing on some smaller details when it comes to that. And then I'll work out with my strength coach actually at the gym, Aaron Carson. We'll do 45 minutes, and I know that because I'll still be recovering, we'll mostly just focus on movement, sort of a similar, more advanced session from what I'll do this afternoon. And it'll be good to catch up with her and debrief the race because she's a big part of the team. So looking forward to that session on Wednesday. That'll probably be mid-afternoon, probably 1, 2 o'clock. We'll meet up with her. My wife also joins the session. And then Thursday morning, we sort of get back into the thick of things. So now in theory, the body and mind have recovered from the race effort. All of my gear is sort of back into training mode, and we can sort of start shifting the focus to this Olympic distance race and getting the legs turning over for a fast and furious Olympic 2-hour race. So in the morning, I will do a treadmill session, some really short, hard intervals around 5K pace. And yeah, the 5K pace for me, I actually did a 5K time trial a couple months ago, so that's probably going to be in the range of about a 5-minute mile. So I'll do some short intervals at that, somewhere kind of in the range. I think when you're getting ready for an Olympic distance or a sprint distance race, somewhere in the 1 to 5 minute range is a good target to shoot for, and the treadmill is really good for that, particularly on legs that might still be a bit dinged up from the half Ironman the previous Saturday. You can just sort of set the pace and hold on and really focus on your form and try and get through with the least amount of stress as possible. So that's the morning session for Tuesday. 9 a.m. swim on that's the run session for Thursday morning. Straight from there over to the pool for the 9 a.m. squad swim, and then I'll just have a chilled afternoon, sort of relax. I'll do some work, and then in the afternoon I will just do a 20 to 30 minute easy recovery jog. Might even bring the dog out for that one because she's quite a nifty runner herself. And yeah, we'll nail that easy jog. And I try to just, again, not really force the pace, but I'm a big fan of running the easy run super slow. So for example, I just did the half Ironman and I averaged 5:45 minute miles. So that was a 1:15 for 13 miles. And for a run like that, I might run 9 or 10 minute miles. So my big goal when it comes to run training is I'm not focused on getting the miles in. I'm just focusing on doing really quality work and focusing on what I did in the session. That's really important to me. Friday morning, I'm going to do just a 40-minute kind of steady, easy run. That's just getting the miles in, sort of turning over the legs, and then right from there, I'll pop on the trainer, and I've got a more specific session to do. And part of our coaching group, we do every other Friday a group-led session where we all sort of get together on Zwift, which is an online platform where you can ride virtually with a smart trainer. So I'll hook up my smart trainer to the computer and be able to virtually ride with my friends who are all over the world. It's a pretty fun thing, and I've got the pleasure of this week actually leading that session. So I'll be running everyone through the workout, and yeah, really looking forward to doing that with all of my buddies at home and overseas. So that is pretty much all I have going on for Friday. I'll have a nice afternoon, try and get some good dinner in, maybe like a higher carbohydrate-based meal on Friday night, because that's leading into a pretty significantly hard bike workout on Saturday morning. I've got 2 hours and 40 minutes, so my guess is that will be about 65, 70 miles, and I'm going to do it on my time trial bike. I've got a lot of race pace specific intervals. That's something that's going to allow me to dial into that pace that I'm looking to shoot for in the Olympic distance race, which for me is probably going to be in the range of 330 to 340 watts for the 40 kilometers on the bike. So I'll be doing that on my time trial bike in the position, really trying to hone my speed and also get that power up, because I can guarantee that Olympic distance race is going to require some absolute massive throwdown power on the bike. So I'm trying to get the body and mind sort of ready to go to that place. And I've done a lot of training in that intensity level, but given the taper into the 70.3, the actual race intensity of the 70.3, and then the recovery afterwards, I think it's important to just shock the system. So that's a 2 hour, 40-minute ride. I'll do a pretty hard run right off the bike, but it's short. I think it's only 20 to 30 minutes. So I've got some intervals to do there as well. Again, similar theme, just race pace, shock the system, get the body ready to go real fast for 2 hours as opposed to 4, which was what we did last weekend. And then pretty chill Sunday. I will do a 75-minute easy run in the morning. I might even go up and run at some higher elevations in Boulder here. We're fortunate where I can be from my house to 7, 8, 9, 10,000 feet within just a couple, under an hour of driving. So we've got a couple spots in some future Routes of Boulder episodes we'll show you. So I might head up to Gold Hill, Magnolia, or Rollinsville on Sunday, just do some easy jogging up there. Probably run about an 8-minute mile, just really try and keep the heart rate down, run efficiently. And that's just sort of just getting the volume in, trying to feel good, get a nice run in, and enjoy that beautiful scenery. So that's the first session on Sunday. And then Sunday afternoon, mid-morning, I will grab the wetsuit. Even though we just raced in it, I'll get back in the wetsuit again, and I'll do a harder session in the wetsuit in the pool. That'll be about a 60 to 65 minute swim, about 4,000 yards. And I'll do a little bit of race pace in there as well, just to get the arms turning over in the wetsuit and try and make that as comfortable as possible. And then either Saturday or Sunday, probably Saturday, I'll again meet up with Aaron Carson, my strength trainer. We'll do 45 minutes in the gym. I'll leave that up to her in terms of what the actual moves and exercises are. She's really great about looking at me and identifying, hey, this is where Justin is in his training, this is where he might be in terms of his build up to the race, and also she just sort of analyzes my movement patterns, and then she'll sort of design the session based off that, fully customized. So pretty amazing to have her on the team and in my corner to get the strength training dialed in. So that is what my week coming up looks like. We'll try and execute it as best as I can coming off this race. But overall, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling really motivated, and I'm just excited to train. It's one of my favorite times of year in Boulder here. We're approaching fall, and the leaves are starting to change colors, and it's a little bit cool, crispy temperatures, so it's just nice to get out there and enjoy it. We've got some hard sessions on tap for the week, but I really don't mind, and I'm excited to just sort of embrace it all and get out there and sort of transition from recovery mode into race prep mode without a hitch. So smash the like button and give me a subscribe if you're enjoying the content. And yeah, we'll see you in the next Training Tuesday. All right, have a good one.